Hi there, I'm John Atkins and welcome to the DVD extras of this Best of Doug Williams FWA DVD. We take you back now to the British Breakout Tour in Cleethorpes for this 2 out of 3 falls contest against the USA star and veteran high-flying Chris Hamrick. Your referee for the contest there, Tommy Stevens. And this match is for the FWA British Heavyweight Championship. The bell rings for the first fall and it's clear who the favourite here at the Winter Gardens is. It's the anarchist Doug Williams, made in Britain. The two look up early, but what on earth was that? Hamrick confusing the referee there. And Williams not having any of it. Well, Hamrick there claiming that Williams punched him in the eye. We know that no such thing happened. Hamrick, a master of these psychological tricks. But we know that when it comes down to it, he can wrestle as well as anybody. Williams in great shape here for this title defence. Two lock up again, into the corner. Stevens tries to separate, and what on earth was that? Hamrick threw himself onto the floor there. And Stevens threatening Williams with a yellow card. Well, this is questionable officiating at best. Hamrick again implying or insinuating that Williams punched him in the eye, but no such thing took place. I'm not sure what Hamrick is trying to achieve with this. Maybe an early disqualification, or perhaps just trying to get under the skin of Williams. But either way, it doesn't seem to be working. The only people it's infuriating are the crowd here at Cleethorpes. As we can see, Williams itching to get on with the fight. He's been a cracking champion for the FWA, and he's put his belt up on the line against a slew of top challengers. The two look up again. This time Williams getting the better of the exchange. Some forearms to the face there. Hamrick up, and my goodness, an atomic drop. It's been a long time since I've seen one of those. Hamrick checking that everything's still where it should be. And I wonder if it is. And another one, another atomic drop. Hamrick there, whipped into the turnbuckle, backing off. Oh dear. Can anyone take this much testicular offense? Hamrick speaking a few octaves higher after that. Hamrick calling for the disqualification, but the atomic drop is a legal manoeuvre in wrestling, and it was Hamrick's own fault that he backed into the corner post in such an unfortunate manner. Hamrick gingerly making his way back into the ring. Williams looks quite amused by Hamrick. Hamrick's trying to get under Williams' skin. It's not working so far. Again, the lock-up. Hamrick with the wrist lock. Williams up and over, reversing the move. Great old school British wrestling there. And now Williams in control with the wrist lock of his own. Hamrick keen to prove that he can keep up with this British wrestling legend. Goes for the ropes of the break. and that's one way of getting out of the hold. Fans not necessarily familiar with Hamrick at this stage, but he's a wily and respected veteran of the USA. Wrestled for around 20 years, most recently making a name for himself in the dying days of ECW. Before that, wrestling for Smoky Mountain Wrestling and even the WWF. Questionable language there by Hamrick. For that, I do apologise. So far, these two competitors actually very well matched. Williams, though, with a very painful submission manoeuvre. Got to be careful not to get in a cover, though. And Hamrick reversing it nicely. Pulling back on both the arms. Expanding the chest. Hamrick getting riled himself now. Williams down over. Leapfrog. Williams going for the elbow but misses. Leg drop misses. Hamrick's elbow misses. And as I said just now, these two men very evenly matched. Will we see a title change tonight here in Cleethorpes? Hamrick calling over the referee now. Claiming that Williams might have pulled his hair on that last exchange. Well, Williams is an aggressive competitor, but I don't think he would stoop so low as to pull someone's hair. The fans taunting Hamrick for his resemblance to Jimmy Savile means nothing to Hamrick, though, because Savile, whilst he's a respected household name in the UK, is a relative unknown in the States. Williams offers the handshake. Hamrick not interested, poke to the eye. The referee saw that, I think, lets it go. And that might have been a mistake there. Hamrick got to be careful now, he's on the apron. Williams with the knee knocks him to the outside. Oh my goodness, dives onto him from the apron. Hamrick down and out on the outside there. Tommy Stevens checking that he's okay to continue the matchup. And Williams staying on him. Oh, did you hear that? Again, high-flying Chris Hamrick, he's a veteran, but he performs moves that people half his age would have difficulty doing. Tosses Williams back into the ring. Once again, a fast exchange between the two, but my goodness, did you see that? Did you see that? Hamrick flew through the middle and top rope and landed flat on his back. I'm not so sure Hamrick's going to be able to continue this matchup. That was a devastating bump to the outside, and the referee checking that he's okay. Look at Williams now, he can smell the blood. Hamrick returning to his feet. Nails him into the turnbuckle. Hamrick reverses and a punch to the head there. Hamrick down. And Williams with a flying DDT off the turnbuckle. Goes for the cover early. 1, 2, 3. Williams winning the first fall there.
Williams leads 1-0.
Leading 1-0 in this title defence of his FWA British Heavyweight Championship. Williams won the first fall there. Hamrick used every psychological trick that he could, trying to bait Williams into losing his cool. It didn't work, and Hamrick ended up taking the bulk of the punishment in the first fall. Will Hamrick change his strategy going into the second? I think he might do. I think he realises that Williams isn't the youngster. He's not a youngster, he's a respected wrestler. I don't know if that's meant to be a threat, but the fans at Cleethorpes could care less.
The next person out here, Champ Doug, not only know to come out there and slap the taste out of your mouth.
I'm pretty sure Hamrick's not going to back up that particular promise.
If you don't shut up, I'm leaving.
But let's hope he picks up that one. The fans would love to see Hamrick leave. They've had enough of this cocky USA import.
So nobody can hear you, fat. Would it make you happy if I left? Would you people be happy if I left? The hell would you people? I'm staying.
Well, there you go. Hamrick, not a very popular man in Cleethorpes tonight. And again, I apologise for that remark. Well, the second round now getting underway. Williams picking up where he left off. Big knee going for the cover early. But Hamrick kicking out. Williams again with knee-based offense off the middle rope. Knocking Hamrick out there. But Hamrick with those long legs, able to reach the ropes. The referee breaks the fall. High knee there, knocks Hamrick over the top and out of the ring. Hamrick there looks to have crawled under the ring. Well, we've seen this before, but has Williams seen it before? Hamrick, of course, famous for climbing under the ring, coming out the other side and attacking his opponent from behind. But Williams wrestled Hamrick a few nights earlier in Acton. Didn't learn from it though. Didn't learn from it. Oh, and Hamrick now with a cocky flare-like strut and flipping the Cleethorpe audience the bird. Arrogant behaviour there from Hamrick. He's one fall down though, he can't afford to be arrogant. And a cheap shot there to Williams on the outside. Referee Tommy Stevens looking to get this matchup back in the ring. Hamrick happened to oblige, he wants to win the belt. Hamrick, famed for his high-flying manoeuvres. I think he's going to drop a big elbow off the top turnbuckle. This should be fantastic. Well, he's wasting a little time though, and oh my goodness. Have you ever seen somebody so arrogant and cocky? He just seems to be determined to do whatever the fans don't want him to do. He's not going to win the match that way. Williams there taking control. But a DDT from Hamrick. You never know what he's going to come up with next. Now what's he going to do? He's on the middle turnbuckle. A flip, a 450 swanton press. I doubt it somehow. Oh, going for the moonsault, but looks like he's got caught himself actually in the ring. And, oh dear, Tommy Stevens actually checking Hamrick. And Yeah, this looks actually quite serious. Hamrick looked like he actually was going for a moonsault on that occasion. Slips on the FWA ring, and he's got his knee caught in quite a compromising position. Over the top turnbuckle, the referee holding Williams back. And Hamrick, he hasn't moved that leg. Fans, I'm not sure if this match is going to be able to continue. Well, the action's come to a halt there, and referee Thomas Stevens calling for some help from backstage. We've got another official out here. Well, senior official Steve Linsky there having a word with Doug Williams. And it's unfortunate that this matchup should come to such an abrupt halt, just as it was getting interesting. Williams, of course, 1-fall up. That means nothing if Hamrick unable to continue. Alex Shane coming out there, and James Ty, I think, checking on Hamrick. Obviously, these guys have got philosophical differences, but no one wants to see a fellow wrestler injured so badly that he can't finish the matchup. I think they're looking for a stretcher or some first aid backstage. Hushed silence falling over the Cleethorpes Winter Gardens crowd. They paid good money to see a title defence, but obviously they understand if Hamrick's unable to continue. Tommy Stevens helping Hamrick back up to his feet. Well, folks, it was a great... Oh my goodness, this is disgraceful. Super kick. Stevens doesn't know what to do. He's got the cover. 2, 3, and he's won the second fall. That was the most disgusting, heinous thing I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Hamrick appeared to have suffered a legitimate injury, shaking the knee, but I think it's fine. Super kick out of nowhere. That was disgraceful. Hamrick ought to be ashamed of himself. Sure, he won the fallback, it's 1 fall apiece, but really, has the man got no dignity? Staying on Williams, it looks like we're not going to have a rest period, we're going straight into the third fall. And frankly, I've got no sympathy for Hamrick whatsoever now. Have you ever seen anybody win a fall like that? And now Hamrick staying on Williams. Williams with the rope. Williams in the ropes there. Stevens really should have broken that fall. I think he's as gobsmacked as the rest of us. I thought we'd seen the career of Hamrick come to an unfortunate end, but it was just a despicable ruse. Hamrick now working down Williams, wearing him down. The rear chin lock. The referee making sure it's not a choke, but while he's doing that, Hamrick's got his arm on the rope, gaining some extra leverage. Referee Tommy Stevens doesn't have great eyesight at the best of times. My goodness, it seems like the fans can see it, I can see it. Everyone in Cleethorpes can see it except Tommy Stevens. Finally, Williams out of the hold, but again, sneaky poke to the eye. Both men down, referee Tommy Stevens starts the 10 count. No rest period between the second and final fall. Both men down, 1 fall apiece. Next fall to decide the champion. Will Williams retain the belt? He's proven it means anything to him. But Hamrick's also shown that he'll stoop to any low. He'll sink to any depths to win the championship and take it back to his native Bristol, Tennessee. Williams there with a forearm, taking charge of a bloody Hamrick. Drops him on the knee. Now Hamrick's down and out. Stevens there with a cover, but Hamrick's not going to give up so easily. Williams realises it's going to take more than that to keep Hamrick down. Hamrick's losing a lot of blood. He's woozy. Lots of boom from Williams. Williams still in control though. How long? Stevens with a cover, 2. And Hamrick unable to get Williams down there for the 3. And now Hamrick's up on Williams' shoulders. Electric chair drop. Holding onto the leg and twisting it around. Aiming for either a cover or a submission. Unfortunately, doesn't get either. Hamrick's still got a lot of fight left in him. Hamrick bleeding because he hit his head being thrown to the outside. The referee wants to check that cut actually. Oh, and a super kick from Hamrick out of nowhere. Knocking Williams goofy on his back. Now he's going to the top rope for the Confederate crunch. Big leg drop off the top rope, one of his signature maneuvers. Still doesn't get the 3 count. Williams not giving up. But he's knocked Stevens to the outside. The referee on the outside taking a spill there. The match can't end without an official. The 2 men are still fighting hard. Williams throws Hamrick into the corner. Hamrick with the brakes. But Williams there with the chaos theory. Normally that would put anyone away, and he's had Hamrick down for at least a 3 count. But Stevens on the outside, struggling to get back into the ring, doesn't see it. Williams should really have had the matchup finished with the chaos theory. If Stevens was still in the ring, we'd be celebrating a successful title defense. But Hamrick now with a devastating pile driver. Again, one of his finishing moves. And out comes referee Steve Linsky from nowhere. Fast 3 count. The bell has been rung. I think we've got a new champion. But of course, the pile driver in the FWA is illegal, and Linsky wasn't the designated official. Stevens has come round. It looks like these 2 officials may come to blows. Williams there still wrestling Hamrick. Another chaos theory, this time Stevens with the cover, 1, 2, 3, and Williams there. The matchup restarted. Linsky came out of nowhere, fast 3 count after Hamrick's pile driver. The pile driver is illegal in the FWA. Hamrick still ordered the bell to be rung. Linsky awarded him the title belt, but Stevens came too. He was the official for this matchup. The match continued. Williams with a second chaos theory, knocking Hamrick out cold. A successful title defense for Doug Williams.